सबसे पहले बड़ा जैसे
Good evening, everyone. We are going to start in 3 to 4 minutes. Let others also join the session, okay? Good evening, Noor. Actually, there will be no change in the timing as from 8 I have a different meeting. and because of that, we can't schedule it later on. So that's why it will start from 6 p.m. Uh, okay, Noor. I will let you know. But in presentation session, you have to be there as like see, uh, the session timing is from 6 to 7:30 or 7:45 based on the topics. So accordingly, you have to join after coming from college. If you have time, then you can join the session. Okay. And on Monday, it is mandatory for you to present the project in the live session accordingly. So otherwise, you can watch the recorded sessions. But in case if you are there on Monday, then you have to just join the live session and present your project. Okay, so I think that we can start now. So just a second, let me share my screen. Wait. Is my screen visible, guys? Okay, okay. Yes. So in the last lecture or in the yesterday session, what we have covered about the HTML topics, like different tags, form section, how to create a table, and other things like that. And at last, we have just created a form for that, so that as a user, we can get that what is this input, what is this label tag, and other things. Okay, so today we are going to start with CSS. CSS stands for cascading. Just a second. Okay, so today we are going to start with CSS. CSS basically stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and you all have the knowledge about it, that how we use it for just changing different segments of our web page, the style and the layout of our web page. Okay, so for example, we can through CSS, what we can do, we can just change the font, we can change the color of any attribute and spacing and position regarding of that element. Okay, so that we will do through CSS. Basically it is used for styling purpose, that you have to remind. After that, there are few three types of CSS. First of all, internal CSS, then external CSS, and one is inline CSS. Okay, so I will just let you know about each and every part of that CSS, just with a basic example. Okay, suppose here, like if I use a p tag over here, and this is a paragraph. Okay, so basically what will happen when I will just execute this code, a simple paragraph tag will print me this line with having output like this is a paragraph. Okay, but now I want to just change the font of it. I want to change the color of it. Okay, I want to add different attributes quality over there in this particular segment in p tag. Now there are three ways to do it. First of all, I can do it through inline CSS. Inline means whenever I am declaring this p tag, here only I will just do the styling part. First thing is this. After that, there is another method, which is your internal method. Okay, in that internal CSS, what will I do? I am not going to just change over here. I just use head section for it and add a style tag to it. Okay, and then at third part, it is external CSS. As the name is suggesting, it will link to an external file. So basically what we are going to do in that segment, that we will create a file having name style.css. Okay, and we'll link it over here. So let's see one by one each and every type of CSS. So first, let's continue with our inline CSS. So as the inline means, suppose if I want to change the color for this font, so how I can do that? I just have to use a style attribute over here. You can see in p tag, I am giving them a style tag, and right here, I'll just provide them the key value property. Like for example, if I want to set the value of color, I can do it like this, and any one color from here I can select. So suppose if I am selecting this brown color, so what I have done, I have just change the color of this is a paragraph text to brown through the inline styling. Okay, suppose if I want to now let me just execute it. Okay, so you can see here the change is there. Now this is known as styling. We have just changed the color and it is now looking more attractive as compared to the previous text. So for this we use basically the CSS part. Now if suppose I want to add another property over it, then just I have to use a semicolon separation for the particular attribute, and then I have to add accordingly. Like font size, suppose if I want to change the font size of this particular line, then I can just provide them the key, which is font size, and the value for it. Suppose I want it to be 20 pixels. Okay, this px means pixels. So right now I am setting it to be 20 pixel. So let's see that will it change or not. So just a second, I have to close it over here. Otherwise it will throw us no change or throw us an error. Oh, just a second. Yeah. So right now, basically I have to start it again. Wait. And now let's start it. So you can see right now the color is blue, and also they have just enlarged this a bit. The 20 pixel is coming a bit large. So suppose if I change it to 120 and then if I see it, then you can see that the font size is increased. So basically, this is how we can append inline CSS to a particular tag. So I hope that inline CSS will be clear to you, that how we are going to do inline CSS. So is it clear? Those who have joined today, uh, in the previous session, we have basically learned about HTML basics. Okay. So today we are going to do the CSS basic part, and as you all have the idea about it, so I'm not going to deep dive into each and every concept. I will just make sure that those terms which are important, I will let you know about that, and then we will move to the JavaScript part. Okay. So I hope that inline CSS is clear to everyone present over here. Just respond in the chat box. That is it clear to you? Okay. Now we have seen the inline CSS. Now I will move to internal CSS. So internal CSS name is suggesting that it will be there where the code is defined. Okay. Internal means that it will be somewhere there where everything is defined for it. So suppose I just remove this. Okay, means now there is no styling over here. We have seen the inline styling over there. Now we are going to check about our internal CSS. So for internal CSS, basically what we will do, we will use style tag. Our style tag this we are going to use in head section. See where I am using it. I am using it inside my head section. So basically in this head section, I will use the style tag. And suppose if the paragraph tag is there, I will just target this paragraph tag like this and just append different, you can say, coloring of image, font size, and other tasks over here to this particular targeted attribute, which is right now the paragraph. So let's see that is something happening over here or not. Suppose I change the color to be green. Okay. And after that, what I want the font size to be suppose 20 or 30 pixels, whatever you want, you can do it. Okay, so what I have done, I have just targeted this paragraph element in my body. Okay, and just added different attributes to it, like color property I want to change, and I want to change the font size for it. Now let's see that are we able to get the output accordingly or not. So here you can see in the output screen, I am getting it like this color is green and the font size is also larger. Okay, so that's how we can use it. That's it, which is known as your internal CSS, where you are going to use the style tag inside your head body. So today I want everyone to share their so today I want that everyone will share their output in the chat box as the yesterday session. So please everyone provide the output in the chat box. Okay, so these students haven't joined the first session and they are asking that when the project will start. So basically those who were there, they know that on Friday, I'm going to assign you the project part, which you have to complete within 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, as there is off on those 2 days. And on Monday, you have to give the presentation for it. In presentation, basically, let me tell you that what you have to do. Just a second. Okay. So basically, I was telling you that how you have to present. Suppose there is a file this and you have created suppose a web page like this. So this is how you have to present that I have created, my name is this, and I have created a simple web page where in this nav bar there are this much sections like home section, about section, and other things. Then on scrolling on it, it will work like this or that. Okay. And after that, you have to elaborate about the code part. That for this, I have used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In HTML, see, some things are basic, but you have to also elaborate it for the first 2 weeks. That here I have used this style tag, this CSS is there. As CSS code will be a little large, so you don't have to tell each and every line. Okay, you just have to tell what is important in that particular code part or in that particular file. So basically that you can tell me. Like here, if I have to just present it, I will let you know that in head section, if I am using this style tag, that means I am using inline CSS over internal CSS over here. And basically through this CSS, what will happen? It will target the P tag for us and accordingly change the styling for it. So that's how you have to present. Okay, sure. Noor, no problem in that. And what about you, Kriti and Devidisa? Are you also executing the code at your end? L- Let me just provide it up to now so that you can also execute it because I want the execution code at your end also. Okay, so just respond that are you trying or not? Kriti and Devidisa, are you trying, guys? Just let me know in the chat box with yes or no. Okay, good. So if you will face any problem, just let me know and share the screenshot in the chat box as you don't have the access to select the screenshot from gallery. So just paste it over here using Control V and then share it. Okay. Okay, so we have talked about internal CSS, we have talked about inline CSS, then the third part and most important type of CSS, which we basically going to use in our projects. Okay, so that is external CSS. So external CSS, as the name is suggesting, that we have to create a separate file for it. So suppose I am giving it a name style.css. Okay, and inside this style.css, what we are going to do, we are going to like suppose for first of all, we have to just remove this. Suppose I have removed the internal CSS right now. This is a paragraph tag. Let me add one H1 heading over here, which is like I am Vansh. Okay, and suppose any other paragraph tag or any other heading over here, so that we can see about different selector, that how we are going to target them and how we are changing their attributes. Okay, so this is a CSS session. Okay, like this we can write. Now what basically I will do, that I am going to target this P tag, this H1 tag and this H2 tag in the external file, which is style.css. So how we are going to target it? First of all, select a particular tag. After selecting it, what you can do, you can just change their color. Suppose if I'm changing its color to blue violet, means whatever the text is written inside this P tag, and suppose if there will be multiple P tag, like again a P tag, this is paragraph 2. Okay, so it will target all of them, like any number of parameter having this P tag will be having color blue violet over there. After that, what we can do, we can change the font size. Okay, and font size, suppose I'm making it large, or if you want to give it pixel wise, you can also give that. Now font, suppose font family over here, and I am changing it to, like suppose this Times Romans. Okay, like this we can provide. Other thing we can also do with it, just a second. Now suppose if we can use font style over here, we can also use it like italic font size, or whatever you want. So suppose if I'm making it italic one, so what will happen, that whatever attribute is there inside this P tag, it will change according to our style.css. Okay, like it will be color will be blue, font size will be large, font family will be Times New Roman. Okay, like that font it will use for that, and then font style will be italic, means in it, that means that in italic format or in italic format font size it will be there. After that, what we can do that there are two more tags, which is H1 tag and H2 tag. So let's perform few similar things with our H1 tag. So how to target it? Just write the name over there and that's it. This is basically what you have to do. In H1 tag, suppose I want the color to be this aqua color, okay? And font size, suppose, wait, we have to use a semicolon over there. And then this font weight, suppose we can use also, and I want to make it bold. I'm just using different type of attributes so that you can check with them all. I guess someone's mic is open. Wait. Okay, good. Devidesa. Yeah, she has tried it. Okay. Now there are one more tag which is H2 tag. So sorry, I just have to write H2 over here and just call it. Okay. And in H2, this is a CSS session. I want to style this particular segment. So for that, just change the color. Okay. So what I will do, I will just use the color and make it suppose pink or pale violet red. Okay. This is what we have done. And if you want to change its font style and also want to make it to a font family, if you want to change, you can do it over here. Okay. Now, see, there is one thing which is missing. Can anyone let me know that if I am going to run this example, will it be executed or not? Just let me know about that. Like if I do go live over here right now, then what output will I get? Can anyone let me know? Yeah, sure, Davidisa.
Please, it's gonna work because not link their files.
Yes, that's the correct answer. We haven't linked our external CSS to our HTML file. Okay, so good, Davidisa. Okay, now see, this is external file and the code is written inside another file. So we have to just link them so that it can work properly. Okay. So for linking, we are going to use our head section. Okay. As I told you yesterday that in head section is important, but the whatever we are going to write inside head section is basically not visible to our web page. Okay. So this body section will change according to the styling which you have do in style.css after linking it to your index.html. So for linking it, we are going to use the link tag over here where we have to provide them the relation type that it is a style sheet. So we have to mention it that relation is style sheet. Accordingly, it can access that, yeah, they have to style it accordingly. And then we have to provide the hyperlink or reference link for our style.css. Here I will just simply write the name of my file, which is style.css. Okay. And suppose if I just close over it here, then we are good to just run this code. Our style sheet is linked to our index.html. Let's verify it. Okay, so let's check the output and you can see over here, this is a paragraph, color is changed, font family is changed and large size is over there. Then for h1 tag,